This video is on the exceptions to the octet rule while drawing Lewis dot structures. After watching this video, you should know when a molecule could have more than 8 electrons around it. Atoms that are in the third energy level or higher. So we are talking about anything here that's in the third energy level or lower. So the third, the fourth, the fifth, etc. Anything higher. So not the first energy level, not the second energy level, but anything that's in the third energy level or higher can have more than 8 electrons around it. And that's because electrons can be promoted into this d orbital. So we will look at atoms that are in the third energy level and have their electrons expand so they have more than 8 electrons around them when we draw a molecule. So the things to remember is that the electrons in the third energy level and higher can exceed the octet rule by using the empty d valence orbitals. Sometimes you may need to add electron pairs to the central atom so that you have enough electrons in your structure. Let's look at an example of one of these. Here's XeF4. So xenon, if we look at it, it is in the 5th energy level. So it could have more than 8 electrons around it. So let's add up the valence electrons. Xenon has 8, each fluorine has 7. So in our structure, we should have 36 electrons. We're going to put xenon in the middle and then put the 4 fluorines around it. Now each atom wants a full octet, so we'll start out by just giving all the atoms 8 electrons. So we can see xenon has 8 electrons and each fluorine now needs 6 more. So once we've done that, we can now count up the electrons in our structure. After counting up the electrons, what we can see right now is that we only have 32 electrons in our structure if we give everything a full octet. So what we need to do to add electrons into our structure, since xenon is in the 5th energy level, we can just add 2 more electron pairs to the central atom to give it an expanded octet so that our structure is now correct. Sounds too simple, but that's okay. That's all you need to do. Our next example is PF5. So here's another example. When we have 5 atoms, we're going to just add 5 atoms to phosphorus. Phosphorus is in the 3rd energy level and can have more than 8 electrons around it. So let's add up our valence electrons. Phosphorus has 5. We have 5 fluorine, each have 7 valence electrons, so we should have a total of 40 electrons in this structure. We'll put phosphorus in the center, and we're going to connect 5 fluorine atoms to the phosphorus. We're going to now give all the fluorines a full octet. After we give all the fluorines a full octet, we can see that we have 40 electrons in our structure. So we're done. That's it. Fluorine, again, is in the 3rd energy level, so we can have more than 8 electrons around it. And we can do that because it has that empty d orbital. Happy drawing!